Hello everyone and welcome back to Strife Solutions here on the Yogscast server. I'm of course William Strife and this is Yogscast Complete, or Yogpack if you prefer. A modded version of Minecraft made for us, the Yogscast. If you want to play along, the community version is available on the AT launcher. You can download it. A link is in the description. So, this episode, what are we getting up to? Well, I've built this little house down here and it's actually bigger. Much bigger. I've put a little danger sign above it because this represents, basically the reason why I got up to everything that I did in the last episode. I built a teleporter. It's got emergency access to get down to the facility that I've built down below, but I'll show you what's down there soon. Before I do that, I'm actually going to get to showing you a couple of things that I've been doing behind the scenes. First off, I figure I'll show you this. This is basically the way that I've been making obsidian. I'm basically out of obsidian. I gotta make more. I could indeed use a an igneous extruder from thermal expansion. I don't really have a good reason for using the mariculture vat. I just kind of had this knocking around in one of my chests, and I was trying to figure out what I could do with it, and I figured it out. But that being said, the vat is really easy. It's just the cauldron shape with copper instead of iron, and you get the vat from mariculture. Pipe water in one side as well as lava in the other, and it creates obsidian. Granted, I have to use some sort of a pipe to get the stuff out, but it works, you know. Not really getting complain. For the most part, I have removed these logistical transporters from Mechanism from the entire base. I think this is the only instance of a logistical transporter because the fact of the matter is that in 1.6 at the very least, these item pipes from Mechanism, they're just really poorly coded. They were causing enormous amounts of server issues, and I pretty much replaced everything with the item pipes and fluid ducts from thermal expansion as an alternative. The other thing that I've built, I've got a little bit of a vacuum hopper here. This is made by combining an item hopper with a obsidian and an ender pearl. It's hooked up to a chest here, so if I just go ahead and chuck something on the ground, you can see sucks it up really easily. I've also got a couple of autonomous activators from thermal expansion. These are made by, piston, tin, chest, and a pneumatic servo. These things will click or right click, left click, depending on what you tell them to do. And what I've been doing here is I've been having one place a bunch of netherrack, and the other one I put a diamond hammer from Ex Nihilo in it, and start it there, and it smacks it, and the vacuum hopper picks up whatever it drops, and it's been spitting out just basically all of this stuff. And what I'm really after is the sunstone ore, because I really like the way that sunstone looks whenever it's combined into a block. I think it just looks absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what on earth I'm going to use this for, but it looks so great. I just love the way this sunstone looks. So, being a rich businessman, I have the right to have whatever I want and superfluously collect things. So, it really does serve me no purpose, but, I can have it. Other things that I've been up to, been manufacturing a lot more energized ingots. I might get into some buildcraft stuff. I don't know why I don't think I even made this brewing stand. I think I got it out of a dungeon or something. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Between episodes, something else that I don't think I ever covered though was the inverted lamps from Project Red. If I just hit, you can see that it's made with, these are made with glass panes, redstone torches, and Illumar dust, and the dust is made by combining glowstone with dye. You can get Illumar dust in pretty much any color, so long as you have the right type of dye. Level 1 is colored white. I'll probably use red and blue and green on other levels further up the tower, which is something that I'm going to be getting into fairly soon. But now we get to what this particular episode is all about. The thing about what I'm up to, if you remember from the last episode, I got that note from Faceless Tech about how I need to get into genetics, and in order to do that, I need to summon the Wither. Well, unfortunately, in order to summon the Wither, I have to have Wither skulls. And last time around, I got my hands on Wither skulls from the Nether. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I've got a safari net somewhere here. Here we go. This is the safari net. This has got a wither skeleton in it, and now I can create myself a mob spawner, a custom mob spawner to make this all work. But another thing that I did last time around was I also made myself some cursed earth by dabbling in I mean, it's a little bit of magic. I'm not happy that I had to use this division sigil up here, but you know, I got myself some cursed earth. Mobs spawn extremely regularly on these things, okay? So naturally, now I have to go about actually making use of all of these components. And in order to do that, I'm going to need to make myself a mob spawner, or a mob grinder. To make a mob grinder, what I need to do is create 5 grinders, 1 auto spawner, and I'm going to need item and fluid ducts, and just basically a power network. The facility itself is what the little shack outside, the little pillbox building, is for. I've got a large facility in place to put the monster spawners in already, but I actually have to build the components, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So we'll type in grind, and here we go, right over here. The grinder from Mine Factory Reloaded, if I hit R, you can see that it's composed of plastic sheets, an Invar sword, a machine frame, a redstone reception coil, 2 books, and 2 tin gears. Now I've already got everything in my inventory, so I should be able to just... Oh no, wait, that's right. I can't shift click this because the swords do not stack, but I can take all the components and drop them in like so. And 5. Okay, I've got 5 grinders, and that may seem a little bit overkill, but trust me, I'm going to need every last grinder that I've made here. Now, that's not all. In order to actually make use of this, well, the grinders, they basically serve as a way for you to persistently kill mobs and collect what they leave behind, okay? And these grinders also create a specific type of liquid substance that I'm going to need as well. So what I'm going to have to do next is make something that will actually spawn the mobs. Now, there are all sorts of ways that you can create mob grinders in the game, or, you know, spawners, as it were. However, the way that I am going to use is to create an auto spawner. If you put a dash after auto, you should just get what you need. It's this one right here, the auto spawner from Mine Factory Reloaded. If I check how this is made, it's just a couple of plastic sheets, some nether wart, magma cream, machine frame, a reception coil, and 2 emeralds, and I've got all of that in my inventory, so there we go. We've got ourselves an auto spawner. Just go ahead and, whoops, check these things off the list, the grinders and the auto spawner. I've got fluid ducts in my inventory. I don't think that I'm going to need the item ducts because I've already got everything in place. As you can see, this is the underground facility. I'm just underneath the tanks and whatnot upstairs. This is where everything is going to start, right over here, okay? This is where the standard monster spawner is going to work. You can see that I've almost hit my salination tanks over here. So... the way that this works is pretty simple. What I need to do is, as you can see, this little 5x5 room over here, this is where the cursed earth is going to go. I'm standing, you know, this layer right here of blocks is all going to be cursed earth, and I have to remove all the light from it, which is the reason why I've got an iron door. So first off, you cannot have any light touching this cursed earth because it will stop being cursed earth if you do that. So what I need to do is place my my grinder down right on top of that wire. I've already got the power system put in place. And the mob grinder does not use up an inherently large amount of power. So I'll go ahead and just slap that baby down there. I've got a diamond chest, and I'll just slap it down right there. As you saw, there's a hole on the back of this grinder here. And what that means is it will eject items out the back of it. Now, the other thing is that these grinders, they produce what is known as mob essence. It's a viscous, liquidy green substance, and I've actually got a drum here that already has mob essence in it. The mob essence that's generated by these grinders is required for the auto spawner to work, okay? So that's the first and most important reason that I'm setting this up, because this cursed earth generates mobs really, really quickly, so this thing will constantly grind up, you know, just the random mobs that spawn in this room here. And for that matter, I should also point out that these grinders have a functional area of 5x5 blocks in front of it, so that's the reason why this is a 5x5 room. However, it cannot accept area upgrades like the harvesters and the planters and whatnot for agriculture in Mine Factory Reloaded. So, however, the next thing that I need to do is set up a piping system, because the mob essence will come out of the top. Okay, there we go. Now I have a place for the mob essence to be deposited into a drum right here, and I can come out and I can get it without any, you know, particular issues and or problems. Now, what I'm going to have to do is remove these pipes so I can actually finish building the spawner, which is going to be a bit of a dangerous thing to do, but luckily I do have this nifty builder's wand with me right here. I'll just go ahead and put down a row of 5 of these babies. Now, it looks like it's well lit in this room, but believe me, it's actually not that well lit. If I hit F7, you can see that... Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, it looks like this tank is emitting some form of light. Yeah, it is. Well, that's bad luck on me. I'll have to just make do with it this way then. Go ahead and complete the mob spawner like so. Putting the cursed earth down. Okay, there we go. Now all I have to do is put in these conduits right there. Then I can go ahead and take this pneumatic servo, right click on that, it's installed, go ahead and right click it, and it's going to start putting the... Ow! Ooh, ooh they can shoot me through there. I didn't know that. Okay, so with that done, the next step is to actually build up this monster spawner right in here. This is the place where wither skeletons are going to spawn, okay? So first off, what I need to do is put down the auto spawner, and it's going to go down right on top of that power. So it needs power, but it also outputs it also needs mob essence, which is what the pipe on the top is for. The other thing is that you have to put an instance. You have to have the mob that you want to spawn in a safari net, okay? So this safari net has a wither skeleton in it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in there, but here's the catch, okay? Spawn exact copy? No. That means that it will, basically, if there's a variation of it. For instance, specifically with skeletons, if I say don't spawn an exact copy, it will just spawn normal skeletons from this wither skeleton in the net, okay? So what I have to do is set this to yes, that way it will spawn an exact copy of what is in here. And wither skeletons are an offshot, or, you know, a different version of a standard skeleton. So if I hit yes, it will spawn wither skeletons instead of normal skeletons. That's the great thing about this. The next step is to go ahead and put all of these grinders into place. So go ahead and pop the grinders down like so. I'll go ahead and switch the item ducts to turn around and extract the mob essence. The mob essence is going to go straight up through these fluid ducts in a network above and straight into the mob spawner. So anything that it's feeding back into itself, granted the mobs don't drop enough essence for this to function indefinitely, it needs a secondary input in order to work, which is the reason why I have the mob spawner with the cursed earth around the corner. So I'll go ahead and put the rest of these down. Okay, there we go. All of them are down. Now there's the just particular problem of these things not wanting to output power. Basically, the fluid ducts and the item ducts will not work unless these conduits or pipes are powered with a redstone pulse. I could install a pneumatic servo in these, but I don't want to have to make that many servos. And for that matter, I don't know, I just get this feeling that using too many pneumatic servos is, you know, it increases the strain on the server, which is an issue that I always have to keep in mind with how large my base has been getting. So, as an alternative, I'm just going to pop down blocks of redstone to supply power to these conduits on either side. So now, with that done, everything should function. Oh, also, the mob grinders here, they spit their items out the bottom, and I've got a lower network of item ducts which come over to this resonant strong box that I have created. Why did I use a resonant strong box? No good reason. It was just a chest that I had on hand when I was building the facility. So with all of this done, I'm going to go ahead and take a spare drum. I can go ahead and pop down that drum right there and it connects, but I'm going to need to supply this with power. I'm not going to use a pneumatic servo on it. Go ahead and just whack that to turn it to extract. Make myself a redstone torch, pop it on there, and it should extract that essence and pop it into the mob spawner, and it should work. I figured out what's wrong, and the issue is that for some reason, one that I cannot explain, the grinders from Mine Factory do not want to cooperate with the item ducts. So the system that I built to basically take all of the items from all the grinders and deposit them in this chest here, I even swapped it out from the strongbox, they just don't work. And that's the reason why they will grind once and then they will not grind again. So as a quick shot alternative, I've used torches to power the fluid ducts and replace the pipes in the back with chests. Not optimal, but it is functional. So now I'm just going to go ahead and pop down this barrel of mob essence. I collected a little bit from the standard spawner around the corner and plug it in, and it should start spawning those wither skeletons, and they'll start getting ground up by the grinders. Yep, there you go. They're getting killed. Not instantaneous, but it does function. It does work. However, if I check the chest right over here, yep, see, it's dropping some stuff down. Anything that the skeletons drop are being chucked into these chests here, which is, you know, it's good. It's functional, and it's what I need. It's kind of slow to generate the wither skulls. That much I know from my single-player experiences. I prototype this stuff in single-player before I build it, typically, which is why I'm so confused about the item ducts. They worked in single-player. Maybe there's something that's changed in the server config files or something, but it's working. That's the whole point. It works, and the big thing is that this large spawner here, where I spawn just wither skeletons, it's not going to be running all the time. This one over here will run all the time and generate the mob essence that I need. And then once I have a ton of mob essence, I just go ahead and pop it over to right here. And actually, once one of those drums is full, this thing will be going for a long time, and it will grind up so much. I'll probably get something in the ballpark of a dozen wither skeleton skulls out of one full drum of mob essence, but that's something that's going to take some time to get my hands on. But there we go, guys. That has been the entire episode over creating a special custom mob spawner here at the Strife Solution Business Park. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am, once again, as always, on the uptick, and now that I have access to the wither skeleton spawner, I can go about summoning and killing the wither boss. But to do that, I think I'm going to bother with trying to get a little bit of help. I've got some neighbors to the north. Maybe they're willing to give me a hand. But until next time, guys, I'm William Strife of Strife Solutions. I'll see you later. Bye!